The Commission for Gender Equality marking its 25th anniversary this Women's Month. And tonight, we discuss what the major achievements have been and what it sees as the most urgent issues still to be dealt with in the arena of gender rights and politics. And to do that, I'm joined by Tamara Mathebula, who is the chair of the CGE. Firstly, congratulations and good evening to you, Tamara. I wonder if we could take a walk down memory lane first. Go back to the founding year of the Commission. What was year one like?
Thank you for having me. And yes, thank you so much for the opportunity. Let me start from the beginning. Very humble beginnings, I must say. The starting year for the Commission for Gender Equality, you will remember that we had the CGE Act that was promulgated in 1996. But when we started the office, we started in 1997, and we had a very small desk at a corner in an office at the Department of Justice. That was very humbling for us. And we started with a budget of meager 2 million, and we started there and we worked our miracles right through. And I'm quite happy to announce that today we have an office in Braamfontein at the Constitution Hill, and we have a better budget, which I'm not going to announce, and we have a footprint in all 9 provinces, and we're really delivering on our mandate as the Commission for Gender Equality, which is why we are here where we are today, celebrating those 25 years of the milestones, starting from humble beginnings.
I love how you say meager and then you say 2 million, and there'll be some NGOs that would just be side-eyeing you, Tamara. But we know that this is not a 2 million rand or even a multi-million rand project that we have to accomplish in South Africa in terms of the work that the CGE has to do. As you reflect on how far you have come, what are the legal and other moves you mark as milestones, as the CGE to eliminate gender inequality?
If you look at our Gender Equality Act number 39 of 1996, it actually provides that we can actually use our legal or legislative mandate in terms of, investigating complaints that are brought before us as the Gender Commission. And I remember in my speech earlier this morning, I was saying that we started as early 2000s where we were looking at issues of customary marriages, the issues of ukuthwalwa. We also looked at the issues of child maintenance. Those are the cases that we started dealing with. But I think using our legislative mandate and looking at the legal issues that we're currently dealing with today, you will know that Gender Commission is actually playing a key role in terms of making sure that we play amicus curiae or friends of the court in some cases that are beginning to talk about issues of rape, murders, and all the crimes that are related to gender-based violence and femicide these days. And we haven't stopped there. And I think we have actually done quite a lot lately in terms of really working closely with the Constitution Hill, as well as the Office of the Justice, in terms of making sure that legislations that are beginning to discriminate on the basis of gender, discriminate on the basis of who you are. Recently, we have actually worked closely with the Concord to make sure that there is a law that has been passed called COIDA. And COIDA is a law that is beginning to protect our domestic workers so that when they are injured on duty, they can be given money or, given the money that is due to them as money that actually looks at injury on duty. So we have done quite a lot in terms of influencing policy environment, legislative environment. You will remember that we have 3 bills that have just been passed in Parliament that are looking at domestic violence. So that bill has become an act now. We have the bill that was actually looking at criminal law, sexual offences and Amendment Act. All of those bills, the Commission for Gender Equality has been quite critical in terms of making sure that all of those bills are speaking to gender equality issues, femicide, gender-based violence, and how we deal with victims as well as perpetrators in as so far as handling, those cases. How do we make sure that we get the cases through and are dealt with in time?
I mean, you've said so many things that are really incredible. You know, you're talking about laws. Part of that story is around enforcement, public discourse. These are all avenues for support and for the galvanizing and, you know, consolidation of power with regard to dealing with gender, dealing with gender struggles in South Africa. But we have miles to go before ours is a society where women feel safe and feel free to be free. What's on the agenda for the next 25 to deliver that reality tomorrow?
Absolutely. The agenda that we're currently having, working closely with our stakeholders, like the Department of Women, we are going back to the summit. I remember we had a summit in 3 years ago where we were actually looking at how can we best coordinate ourselves. So I think we are tired of working in silos. There is CGE here, there is Department of Women, Youth and Persons with Disability, there is a Department of Social Development. There are NGOs that are doing incredible work, but all of this work is not coordinated. So we are looking at how can we best coordinate ourselves. So for the next few years, we will make sure that we have a coordinating structure nationally, which is called National Gender-Based Violence Council in South Africa. So that's one that is on the cards. The second one is that the Commission is definitely going to play a critical role in making sure that it takes its mandate seriously by monitoring and making sure that we look at transformation in South Africa and how can we make sure that gender transformation is actually becoming a reality in private, public, as well as civil society organization, all of those institutions. And when we talk about, making sure that people are promoted to positions, we are talking about women, men, persons with disabilities, members of the LGBTIQ communities. And how do we make sure that in the next couple of years, gender mainstreaming becomes a reality? When we plan, when we budget, when we have our programs, all of those programs are looking at how can they benefit women and men equally in South Africa. I think those will be the key issues on the card in terms of moving into the next 25 years.
Well, as your generation, and in fact a generation of women who struggled, forwards ever, backwards never, we're looking forward to see what the work of the CGE is going to be in the years to come. Tamara Mathebula, thank you very much for your time.